Lucky Boys Podcast.
I find them really unbelievable because they were talking about like this the vortexes and like the sensations, the chakras, like how it spins and stuff like that, all the crazy sensation. And I was like, okay, that's really weird.
But can we rewind a bit? Vortexes? There's different vortexes?
It's vortexes of energy.
Okay.
Okay. But the vortexes you're explaining is part of the body.
Yes. Yes.
Within.
Yes.
Oh, we're
yes.
going into deep water now. All right, let's do it. Let's dive. Let's dive right in.
That's a really good word to point out, actually. So yeah, so I was like, I was listening to them like, oh wow, that's really interesting. I wanted to try. So I started I downloaded this app for meditation, and where they have like different chakra and they have different music for different chakra, which is really interesting. So I started that, and then I like meditate for 15 minutes, and it was like crazy because when I meditate, like when I was like going into that deep trance state, and like I could feel that energy vortex in me, like
What?
yes,
On day one?
like I think it was like second time. I think like in the very beginning, like I could feel like subtle energy, but it wasn't that strong. But I think it was like the second time or the third time that I start doing it more and like just exploring.
Now describe that energy. Is it like a vibration? What is it? Like how do you describe it?
It's really interesting. You can feel, since we have 7 chakras, right? You have the crown chakra, you have the third eye chakra, and then you have the throat chakra, and then you have the heart chakra, and then you have the sun chakra, and then from there and on you have more. You have 7, but some people say you have more. So basically, what happened is, at a certain chakras, you could feel that vortex of energy that spin. It almost feel like it's from inside. Like you could feel the energy spinning.
Does all the chakras feel like it's interconnected, or can you isolate each? Like, what do they say about it? I mean, because the only thing I know about that is from Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Elements and stuff.
Yeah.
Actually, that is the best way to learn about this spirituality and vortexes and like energy. And stuff like that. So yes, sometimes you could feel flow of, and like sometimes I feel flow of energy coming from the top of my head. Like I feel that pressure. It's almost like put fingers, like slight pressure, like put your finger on your head, like that
this?
feeling.
Just pushing down.
Like just pushing down a little bit.
Feels
like that feeling.
My scalp.
But without any, like nobody's touching your head, but you feel that pressure, and then like you feel the flow of energy coming from the top, and then going into your body. And then you do feel the different chakra like separately if you put the intention, like when you meditate, like, I want to work on my heart chakra today. And then you just meditate on that intention, and then you could actually feel that.
Do you have to be at a certain level to be? Because I meditate, but I'm nowhere near that. I am just trying not to overthink. I'm at a very basic level of meditation. I'm really just trying to focus on one thing and not let my mind wander. I think that's where most people are, and most people give up after that first stage because they're like, you know what, not letting your mind wander is a lot harder than people think it is. But once you pass that, which I have in certain parts of my life when I'm consistent and I pass it, I'm able to get somewhat outer body experience, which is why when I listen to you, it doesn't sound too off the rocks or off the rails, because I had that feeling of meditation where it's just like deep, but I'd never experienced like different sections of energy within my body that I can control and release, like an Avatar.
It sounds like a different level though, to get to understand the different parts of your body, the vortex.
So I'm open to that. To learning about that. I just find it really interesting.
I don't think there's like categories or like levels or like you're considered to be amateur or like beginner or that, like, because everybody's different and your intention is different. Like for example, some people like to do meditation because they want to do like manifestation, and some people want it to like just calm and healing and just relax and
very true,
to get rid of stress. So it depends on your intention. So like for me, I was literally just curious. So I was not thinking about like, I should be getting good at meditation. Like I wasn't thinking about anything. The very simple reason, like the very there was nothing complicated about that. Like I just like wanted to see if I could feel it, and so I intentionally like look for that body sensation. So I kind of like go into myself and like trying to like quiet myself down so I can kind of feel the very subtle energy, because you have to be very curious, and also you have to like be very quiet to be able to like to feel the very subtle sensation that it's in your body. You probably already have those sensations, you just couldn't feel them, like because you're not like at a point where you're like quiet enough or like you're calm enough or peaceful enough.
Usually
it's there.
We live in New York, so usually like we're on a constant move, so and our mind is constantly like thinking about things, so we don't have that 1 second or 2 seconds or even a few minutes to just relax. And the only time I actually do that is when I'm sitting in the toilet, so or actually in the shower. Actually, taking a shower. Actually, I get a lot of my good ideas when I shower, and I think that's sort of like a form of meditation.
Yes. So what people say, you're in a channeling state. That's the channeling state. So what happened is when you're doing something you love, you're also in the same state when you meditate, because you're so into it, you forget about time. So that is what happens. Like even when you're not meditating or when you're not like intentionally doing it, you're already like kind of in it. Like you're exploring it. Your soul is exploring, and as long as you are aligning with your passion, then you could feel that. And how do you know when you kind of forget about time and you just like don't even feel the tiredness, and then you just could go on for a long time? Like you could feel it, and that's what happened.